One moment for Twitch to catch up. And it looks like we're good.
All right. We're here.
Yep.
And I'm just maybe frustrated because I may have accidentally made the tweet wrong.
No.
Oh, shoot.
Yes, I did. Vamp, vamp, vamp.
Welcome, everybody.
To Voices in the Wilderness, a 13th Age game.
Hi.
Should be a great game today. We've got 4 top quality players, if I do say so myself, ready to take on the new threat of the day. Ilya, I'm zoomed out too far to read her last name, but you don't care.
Harmontazale. Harmontazale.
She's an elf.
Cyril's Grand Mappy. Y'all know who Cyril is, right?
Slow
Yeah.
guy.
Yep.
He's the
Save him from
NPC. He's the NPC I keep remembering to forgetting to drag along with you guys.
Cyril's with us?
No,
No,
I found him in a safe.
Okay.
we should have brought him with us. That would have saved a headache.
Oh.
All right. Ferris. Welcome to Voices in the Wilderness, a 13th Age adventure. There's some shit going on in the background, and that's very loud. When we last left our heroes, they had faced down. They had climbed through the Imperial Retreat, convinced an old friend to let them pass, and met face to face with a rapidly fading Ilya Harmontazale, who was one of the original heroes back in the first major war against the demons. However, wow, what is that noise? All right, as pretty much she thrusts the child emperor into Hun Hao's arms, Gunhild bursts forward. But, Ferris, you feel something going wrong.
Oh no.
You feel just essentially from the raw control Ilya has over the shards, and the shard seemingly trying to protect her, you feel kind of your spell being undone. And with a sudden snap, Gunhild returns to one person back in the conference room. Ferris, you're still between both. You see Gunhild look confused, frustrated back and forth, as after hearing a sound and seeing somebody climb in, everybody is kind of rushing back and forth to protect the dignitaries, and just an utter panic there. But most of your attention is clearly up top here. Which brings us to the top of the initiative order. Hun Hao,
Well, the first thing Hun
you
Hao's-
have to wait.
Oh, god damn it.
At the start of the turn, you see the shard float and pulse and try to draw energy and fail. And with that, you see 2 bolts shoot out from it, tearing open those of you more demonically inclined, or attuned would recognize as weak points created in this area of space-time. And the shard opens up 2 rifts. And we're going to go with Lilac and Crimson.
Lilac. Sorry, Dan.
Lilac and Crimson. Hunhao, now it's your turn. You have a baby.
Well, the first thing Hunhao's gonna do is
Mazel tov.
it's not his, Jay.
Sorry, instinct.
It is now.
Well, yeah. The first thing Hunhao's gonna do is basically grab his cloak with his free hand, throw it over his shoulders, and make himself a baby sling. So that he doesn't necessarily have to keep holding the baby. He's got a baby Bjorn, whatever the hell they're called.
I guess roll plus dad? No, that's fine.
Out of curiosity, yes, please roll plus dad.
Oh,
That's not dad at all. I have completely
Are you
ruined the joke.
man?
I
that
have
was just an icon
ruined the
check.
joke. I'm
So you got a
sorry,
complicated
guys.
relationship with this child.
No, apparently it's a positive relationship with the child.
Or, what is it, a success
It's
with
a
a
positive
complication?
relationship, complicated result.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's exactly what I wanted.
That being said, after Hunhao makes himself his improv baby sling, God, that's just... It doesn't give me the mental image of what I'm going for, but... Anyways, would Hunhao know any way on how to close these rifts as they start opening? Being that he does kind of have the demonology knowledge.
You actually wouldn't even have to think about that. You can hear the rifts calling out. If you can, essentially, if you get close and almost endure or try to interact, you can draw some of the power and draw it closed. If you want to try to think of something else that you might be able to do on top of that, then that would be an icon die or a check.
Well, Hanao's gonna take a step towards the Crimson Rift, and he's gonna try to close it. I am gonna see though, is there any way that closing the rift I could cause some sort of backlash? Basically, in closing it, also do damage?
Do we want the baby that close to the rift?
Probably not.
You know, the level of exposure you're going to get is almost certainly going to be dangerous enough. But you know that if you can potentially cause this backlash, but it's going to make yourself more vulnerable.
Alright, then I'm just gonna close the rift. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna go for the fancy maneuver. I'm just gonna try to close it.
Alright. As you close it, you essentially feel assaulted both physically and mentally. How do you deal with this? You can make either a wisdom or constitution-based background check.
Well, Hunhouse probably had to deal with something similar before, having his long history with dealing with the demonic forces. So he's more or less going to, since he's being assaulted mentally and physically, turn inward and sort of try to let the demonic assault wash over him, like waves breaking against the shore. And I'm gonna make a wisdom-based check.
All right. Yeah, that's... You turn inward, and you insulate yourself. You feel the power wash over you, and you are granted a vision. And you see the Crusade office that you were in before. And you see Ilya, and you see Commander Lockhart. And you hear his voice in kind of a bizarre echo just ring out. You see, this sounds more along the lines of blackmail or extortion. And then the vision cuts off as the rift fades. And that is your standard action.
Okay, and I already moved, so that's gonna be my move action too. And I've got my focus, so that'll be my turn.
Ferris.
Let's see. What Ferris will do is he'll just kind of start walking towards Ilya. As he does so, he's going to cast Teleport Shield on himself. And that'll pretty much... Oh, and as a quick action, I'm going to summon my dagger, and that will be everything, actually. So that's my turn.
All right, that's your turn. Melkesh.
Can I get a recap of the current, like, how Ilya looks, what's going on there, that kind of stuff?
Actually, at the start of this fight, you actually saw her, as she prepared, phase between 3 locations very quickly. Just in and out of reality, and where she phased to, those fragments appeared. You feel a energy you've not quite felt come out off of her. You may have felt something similar in when you were dealing with the demons in Guildhome, but this is tapping into the source directly.
Okay, I'm going to gather power because I'm not quite sure it's shooting time yet, but we'll see. Let me get the roll for that one. So that's a 4 and a 2.
So you got Ace.
And AC and PD, that's it.
Cool. Gather power, that's it? All right, so that's standard. No quick action?
No quick action current. I don't think anything's within death knell range.
No. Alyssa, it's your turn.
I'm going to put my ships in the flotilla formation, and which is +2 on attacks. Attack rolls for spells. Sorry. And then I'm going to start a song. Sorry, can I start a song but also have the ghost ships?
Depend on what song you start. Is it one
I think it's just sea shanty. Sea shanty. It is a quick action.
Yes, and
Yeah.
ghost ships, I believe, is a standard action. So
Cool. Right, so I'll start up the song. and I will start up ghost ships.
Some ghost ships.
And I think that's me done.
I think your ghost ships get to go now, right?
They do.
They usually. Oh, I thought they went before I did. But I will take them going now, if that's okay.
I'm trying to remember the summoning rules. I believe they get to go now.
They do.
Okay. Oh, cool. Then I will attack the soul that's down at the bottom. See if I can. Attack!
Alright, roll your attacks. Alright, one is a miss, but the other is a sound hit.
Cool.
And that target is weakened. Alright, cool. Alright, one soul is weakened, 14 damage to the bunch. Alright, Ilya is going to cast Slow on Hunhao.
Okay.
This is versus PD.
I'm pretty positive that, yeah, that gets through.
Alright, you lose 6 points of initiative.
Rude.
Good thing you have a lot to spare.
Yeah, I'm still... Well, me and Ferris now share the top slot on the initiative board.
And this Ilya is going to gain 3.
Oh,
Interesting.
Quick question, if I can.
Yes.
Is the crystal still a target? Is the crystal targetable?
The crystal is absolutely targetable.
it's just kind of floating around here, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, this fragmented soul just has to swing at the ghost ship. Killer old attack is 15. Alright, that misses. This one, however, is going to cast Increasing Madness on Lissy. Versus MD.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Alright.
gonna hit.
You are taking 15 ongoing damage. Save ends.
Oh, Wow.
For each failed save, that increases by 5 damage.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna need a lot of liquor after this one. Suddenly, Lissy starts to get more sober.
Alright. And then this Ilya is going to cast Slow on Malkesh. Versus PD.
28 hits.
And you lose 9 points of initiative.
Ah, son of a bitch.
She is going to gain 4. Alright, start of the turn. Shuffle this for more initiative. And then the crystal pulses and draws energy from one of the rifts and empowers Ilya to cast mass gravity.
Oh, that sounds really bad.
And so that targets
Gravity is never a good spell.
I guess before we get too far ahead, this seems like a spell that Ferris is going to want to try and counterspell. Where's my counter magic anyway? I guess it'll be a +1 from Lissy, so 21 versus MD.
MD is 23.
Son of a bitch.
Alright, so the two closest targets are Lissy and Ferris. Versus PD. Ferris, Lissy.
Yeah, that hits.
Yes, it does.
Alright, you lose half your hit points.
Okay.
Well, we found the demi spell.
Yeah. All right, so I'm at 42. That's neat.
And the crystal opens up another rift. Ferris, it's your turn.
Well, that sucked. Yeah, I don't like that one bit. Yeah, Ferris is gonna rush forward at this point with Ilya and Bleeding Strike. Man, my rolls are just not great. 20 versus AC.
AC is 24.
And no, that does it.
That does not hit.
Yep, that's it. So it's 7 miss damage. And that's my turn.
Wow, I really shouldn't have looked at how much HP.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
Hi now.
Alrighty then. First things first. Okay, no OP-ness this turn. Wow. That didn't come out the way I meant it.
Ha.
Hunau's gonna go hit them with his Mako Weedle.
Makahuitel slap. That's a hit.
Wow, 3 1s on the damage though.
$39.
Oh good lord, that is a lot of health.
Yeah.
So, speaking as a free action, right?
Yep.
Guys, I don't think she should be our target.
Well, what then?
Malkesh points towards the crystal.
Oh. Good idea.
What did you think I was going to target to begin with?
That's what I'm going for.
God damn it, we need those.
You might want to bring the laser in, Ferris.
Ooh.
Did we all forget about that?
But no, but
No,
you heard her.
I fixed it.
Well, she said it might open up the rift.
It also might keep her from killing us.
Is that your turn, Hunhel?
Yeah, that's gonna be my turn, unfortunately.
As pretty much at that point, Malkesh, you'd be cut off as Ilya teleport in kind of that weird phasey type teleport, and then uses one of her per battle uses of exploit haste on Malkesh.
You're gonna have to explain that one.
Versus MD.
32? Yeah.
All right.
Hang on. I got a spell for that.
Okay. I'm gonna re-roll.
Thank you.
It's a 35, I'm laughing.
Oh, and she takes 18 psychic damage?
Yep.
That still hits, sorry.
Well, I tried.
It was good, it was good. That was definitely better than a 32. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I'm at 21, so it beats me by 5 points.
Your mind is suddenly clouded with a clarity of vision that causing the break will doom this world, and this is safe. The status quo is safe. And exploit haste, save ends, you gain an extra standard action, and you're confused.
Oh.
That's not
Oh,
good.
no.
Oh, jeez.
He's confused, Malkesh.
And I've gathered power.
We're
Yeah.
doomed.
Okay. Alright.
I've got something that might help a little bit, but I guess we'll find out.
She goes again before it's my turn, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Lissy, save us.
What? Eh?
Save us.
Oh.
We're all dead.
Okay. Probably now's not a good time to be listening to Patsy Cline.
I give you music to listen to.
Sorry. For some reason, I don't hear the music when we're playing. I don't know
You-
if
you have
that's
to-
something to
You
do
have
with
to
me.
pick it,
Yeah,
pick it
yeah.
up from the music box and Dropbox.
Right. But then that messes. Oh, never mind. Don't worry. Sorry, Dan. Yes, thank you for giving me music to listen to.
All
I
right,
appreciate
it's your
it.
turn,
Yes.
person who has a potential way to make people roll saves.
Is that Wild Heal? Because
No,
I
it's not.
totally was going
That's
to.
your
Oh.
flexible attack.
My flexible attack? Squawk!
Well, no, just like your regular bardic attack has, like, isn't it like one of those effects like kicks off a save for somebody?
Oh, right. Yes, I know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I should have known that. Should have known that because I was going to do Wild Heal, but now I'm just going to do a normal attack. Can we attack the rifts, Dan? Or
You
do
can
we
close-
just close them?
You can close them. They do not have a corporeal form to attack. I mean, I suppose you could attack them and see what happens.
Thanks a lot. So, is the crystal actually something that you can target?
Yes, absolutely. It is also a thing that you've specifically examined the device that you believe is strong enough to be able to do any damage to.
That I can't summon, though.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
I mean, target it as in just take it. Can we not just take it? Did nobody think of just taking it?
Well, I mean, I've thought about it. I have something for this, but I was going to wait for the escalation die to get up a little bit because I'm not going to be able to hit otherwise.
It is floating and pulsing power to things.
Yeah.
Is it around Ilya?
Yes. You see in this kind of beautiful inner garden, that's... You occasionally just... It seems like in the corner of your eye, you almost see a bit of red static flicker. But you see the crystal is floating around Ilya, empowering her with the ability to do what she can.
I'm guessing that just going up and taking it isn't really an option.
Well, I mean, going up and taking somebody's axe is always an option. It just might not turn out great, and this is very much the same thing.
Huh. Guys, I really want to go up and take it.
I mean, be our guest?
Feel free to try.
I would.
Find the box.
I mean, it's your turn. I would hope that we could try and stop Malkash from killing us this next turn.
Yeah, that'd be kind of-
Malkash only does standard melee actions.
Oh, okay.
He's not going to cast his
Oh,
spell.
thank God.
Okay.
I was waiting
Pocket
for
rocket!
yeah, Malkesh to pocket rocket Hanhao into oblivion.
Pocket rocket's nothing compared to some of the shit I had top guy.
Okay, Dan. How are we gonna work this?
Well, you're walking up and you're trying to grab it.
Well, maybe
This
not
is-
necessarily walking. I
This
am
is a-
bird.
If you're just flying to grab it, then this is a dexterity-based risky maneuver. Not an easy one.
Dex, huh?
I'm just gonna wait for this to be a 20.
Please don't curse me. I'm really debating here. Okay. A risky maneuver. Dex. Fucking hell. I'm gonna go with Tinkerer because if I went with Sky Admiral, it would mean a 4 instead of a 6. No, honestly, I'm going with Tinkerer because it's something that I desperately need. And it's just fucking floating there. So, yeah, let's go.
That is not enough.
Fuck! I was hoping it would be at least a 30.
That was the number you were looking for. You go up and you grab it, and you are pretty much wrestling with it. And there is a level of distraction here that's pretty much you are You are able to Ilya's next turn. She spends just wrestling you from it, desperately trying to hold on to it for herself before she throws you away with a pulse of power. And you take 23 damage.
Yeesh.
Is it bad that that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be?
And she loses that turn.
I also have to roll
Oh, yes.
save against, yeah, and my song as well.
So you take an additional 15 damage. So roll a save first for the song and then for the damage. Song continues. Damage stops. All right, now it's your ship's turn.
Right. Ships are going to continue to attack the fragmented soul.
Continue
Like
beating.
confusion, is this something he still sees or what?
Yeah, you can still see.
Okay, so I'm not blind. I'm just things are hazy.
One of those hits. I'm just gonna bring this down here.
And the giant fragmented soul appears.
All right, Melkesh. Roll 2 physical attacks against Hunhow.
Aye.
And how? What's your AC? Just or
25.
25. Oh well, okay.
I just have this image of him sticking his foot out.
Oh
And
shit.
that's
Okay.
a crit.
Wait, hang on. I've got something for this. I'll see if Dan will allow it.
Wow,
My
Malkesh.
racial ability is surprising, and I can decrease a roll by the actual roll result by 1 on an ally's turn.
Correct.
So basically, as Malkesh goes to stab Hunhow, I guess in the heart in this case,
I was thinking of the junk.
I guess Ferris just kind of, I don't know, either redirects it or like pushes Hunhow a little bit, or just yells out at Malkesh, like, "What are you doing?" And maybe that's enough to.
That is a very creative use of that, I have to say. I like it.
Yeah, that's really smart. Thanks for saving
You
my
s-
junk.
You still take 32 damage, but you avoid a new Prince Albert.
Thanks.
Melkesh, roll to save.
It's just 1d20, right?
Oh, thank
You
you.
you snap out of your confusion.
Okay, she's just holding his necromantic spear and just like, what, huh? How did I get here? Why am I stabbed? Oh, sorry.
Hunhow's got his legs kind of bowed, and he's like, "Oh, that's tender."
All right, the fragmented soul. One is still hampered, weakened. So it's going to lash out at the ghost ship.
That'll be a hit.
All right, one ghost ship takes 23 damage. And the other one will cast Increasing Madness on Melkesh. Yes.
Yeah. What's increasing madness again?
15 ongoing,
Oh,
plus
that-
5 for every failed save. And the escalation is at 2. And at the start of that, you see 2 of the rifts spew power into the fragment. And a more powerful version of mass gravity gets cast.
Shit.
Targeting everybody this time. Oh, no, wait. I have to actually roll for... It's actually going to target Ghost Ship, Malkesh, Alyssa.
I guess that's a crit, yeah.
On the ghost ship.
Unfortunately, it doesn't have an actual damage stat, so the crits on this don't do anything.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just half your health.
Well, is it half your current health? I'm hoping.
Half your current health.
Okay.
So the ghost ship takes 5 damage. And Malkesh, you will take half damage, and I believe Lycia's missed.
Actually, it's a tie. It's PD, isn't it?
Yes, it's PD.
Yeah, it's a tie, Dan.
Alright, so Lycia's down to 11 hit points.
Should I have taken that 15 damage immediately, or?
No.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
End of your turn. But you will take half your health now. And it'll be Ferris's turn.
All right,
As
Ferris.
one more rift opens.
I was about to say, so Ferris kind of looks around, and kind of looks both to Malkesh and I was like, I can bring that Casey's weapon here if you think we need it, but we can't use it on that shard. Or I think I might be able to close these rifts, maybe not for good, but at least for a short time.
I closed the rifts. There was a weird vision, something about the world just, I don't know, the world being destroyed or something. I don't know if it's real or a delusion caused by the shard, but something's not right.
Something is definitely not right here. I got a vision as well when I closed that initial rift. Something about the... and I've forgotten his name, the good old-fashioned country chicken.
Lockhart.
Lockhart. Something about Lockhart and blackmail? It was fragmented. I wasn't quite sure.
All right, so I guess Dan, tell me if this would be possible. What I want to do is, if we're gonna close the rifts, Ferris will actually take out the shard and look to Hanao. He's like, I can do this, but if something happens, you know what to do. And then he kind of inserts it into his gauntlet again, and he's gonna charge up a force salvo, kind of focusing on that shard's energy and just trying to figure out, like, basically, I guess, do his best as he does with counter magic to come up with some sort of magical way to seal these rifts from a distance and basically chuck. I can summon, I think, 6 force orbs, but I'm just gonna do 3, just target them on the rifts.
Well, you can summon 6. I mean, if you're going to use the spell, you may as well see how many targets you get, and you can toss them off at the enemies too.
Okay. So yeah, let me see how many I can actually do before I get too far ahead of myself. Number of force bolts equal to 1 plus your int modifier, so that's 5 total. So I guess we'll do 3 at the rifts, 1 at Ilya, and 1 at the fragmented soul down here.
Okay.
Sounds fair.
Yeah.
And salvo. Really, I guess the first, I don't know how you want to do it, if the first 3 would be against the rifts and the bottom 2 would be against the actual targets down low, with a +1 from Lissy's, so I guess 18, 30, 17, 23, 25.
Both the actual hits on the enemies hit.
Oh, I guess I get, hey, now that I think about it, I have the gauntlet power back up again, so that's actually another +2, which I haven't adjusted for my spells lately.
And one is just going to close, no problem. And the other 2 will close as well. But you feel your mind under assault. So could you roll me a wisdom or constitution-based check as your mind and body are assaulted by the closing of the rifts?
So I'm going to use Constitution for this one. This is definitely something that it's almost like the gauntlet is being almost like it's trying to control Ferris other than the other way around, and he has to like kind of physically restrain his gauntleted hand as he feels this demonic energy kind of surge through it. Oh hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's almost too easy to shrug this off. Pick a color.
Silver.
All right. You go back and you see an image of Ilya talking to a human figure with long silver hair. And that figure says, "We need to identify that this could be a possibility. I'm going to travel to talk to Ariana. I'm going to find out about the path that we forsake. We've gone too far, Ilya. We need to pull this back." And then you're back in the present. Hunhow.
Okay. Unfortunately, that means I do not get to be overpowered for a round.
It's the bad green.
It is the bad green. I'm gonna go ahead and activate one of my uses of Stance of Necessity. And that's gonna give me a +4 to all my defenses, and then I'm gonna walk up and smack that fragmented soul up there.
Smack it.
The song is still up, right?
Yep.
Okay. That doesn't look very good at all.
21 ties.
Now that was just a 20 because I used the situational attack modifier to already get the +1 from Leslie's song in there. So yeah, either way it misses.
7 miss damage. Any other actions?
No, unfortunately that's going to be my turn.
All right. Ilya is going to cast Slow on Ferris. And biff
Nope.
it really bad. And she has one use of this a whole round, so she can't use it on both her turns. But as her quick action, she turns to Lissy, who is now below 30 hit points,
Oh shit.
and casts Stop.
That's not good.
Luckily, it doesn't have any damage. Lissy,
Lissy,
could you
statue.
roll a save for me?
That's a good
All right.
save.
Wow.
It's those cancel each other out. You momentarily feel everything about you start to shut down. You feel your heart slow, your lungs fail to take in air, but then you power through it.
Eat my tail feathers, bitch.
Wow.
Tank Bird has won this round.
Speaking of it, it's your turn.
Right! Can I roll a recovery then?
Yes.
It's not a lot, but it will do. And then I'm just gonna roll a save for the song.
All right. So,
Song is done.
song is done. So pick somebody to give a +2 next turn.
Malkesh?
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's gonna be really helpful.
Okay, Malkesh.
All right, ghost ships.
Go ships. Well, they're gonna attack the next available target, which is Ilya.
No, you're going through your character sheet and updating all your macros again. During this
What's
fight.
the escalation dice at the moment? Is that
Two.
2?
Yep.
Right. Bombing run. Times 2.
All right, I'm going to.
Dan?
Yep, I'm gonna.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that since that's the only target, you get to use the best rolls on those. So that's 2 hits.
I was just gonna go with attack 1, but that's fine if that's what's fair. I should have said attack 1 should be for Ilya.
If that's the case, it would have been better to use your other attack.
To use the other attack. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
All right, 20 damage.
I'll take it. I've not used bombing run before either, so it was good to use it at least once.
Ilya does that fuzzy teleport, phases in and out, and then casts stop on Malkesh. Not stop, slow.
I was gonna say if she's casting stop, I'm gonna counter that, but if it's slow, I'm okay.
I'm not under 30 hit points. That's why she doesn't cast stop.
And you lose 6 initiative.
I mean, I can only go down 1 spot.
What happens if we get Malkesh into negative initiative? Does he, like, roll over into the next initiative step and become top on that one?
Thought we started taking damage, right? Wasn't that how it worked
Oh.
last time this happened?
That's a thing?
There's generally when I play with initiative messing monsters, I have something in mind that triggers when you get to low initiative.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Christ. Okay, I was making a joke, but now I'm upset.
No, it's not a joke. It happens.
So as Malkesh is kind of hit by this spell, he just kind of looks around him and says, "So we're out of good ideas, huh?"
I think so.
Let's do something stupid!
Malkesh just smiles as she says that. Alright. One stupid coming up.
Please don't soul steal the baby.
I'm not gonna
Or Death
stall
Kneel.
I can't. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. Shouldn't it be fragmented Soul's turn?
Yes, it is fragmented. No, it's I've only been updating. I guess. Yeah, you're right. All right, he smacks Hunhow.
No, he doesn't.
PD. He does not smack Hunhow. Malkesh.
Okay. Malkesh kind of looks around and then spies where the crystal is. And he's not going to do something so complicated as trying to wrest it from her hands or from the spot where it's going, because it wants to stay there. Items in motion like to stay in motion, all that jazz. No, Malkesh is going to run up to the crystal, jump, and hug it.
Malkesh?
And with sort of a closing his eyes and squeezing tight, he's just going to say in his mind, "Boss, take me home."
Okay, are you using anything for this?
Malkesh?
I am using my complicated icon die. 'Cause I can think of no better use of a
my
complicated
God.
icon die than in this very complicated issue.
Yep, that's pretty complicated. Could you also give me a feel that same assault?
Sure. I mean, the problem is, of course, that my worst stats, of course.
Oh yeah, it's Constitution time.
So it's gonna
Or
be
Wisdom.
It's magical, right?
It's magical in nature.
Okay, so I would do a background check for that, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm just making sure I rolled the right thing. That's all. I don't get a +4 on that, but that is with the +4 removed. That is just the regular.
Yes. Yeah, you do feel this tearing at you, and you see essentially a sickly green energy start to emerge from the ground, and like an open grave, it begins to pull you in.
Malkesh has his eyes closed and is just clenching on tight.
You hold on and you drag this thing with you, and then the grave closes over you. And there's darkness. And you can feel yourself being transported a great distance. And you feel like you're darting through these different rifts. You see the office of the Crusader that Hunhow saw. And you see Lockhart and Ilya in an argument. You see this silver hair man leave, and Ilya burst into tears. And you see a heated Ilya yelling at Florentine in a place you haven't seen before. And you come up through the ground, and you see nothing but white space. And a hand reaches down to help you up.
Malkesh is still kind of clenched tight, but as he kind of feels a hand kind of lift him up, he opens one eye and kind of looks left and right at the white space and goes,
and
"Safe?"
you hear a voice saying, "Oh, yeah, you're safe, but do you really want to do that? This is really dumb, you know."
I'm pretty dumb, but it seemed like the best way to save people.
Oh, trust me, we all know. And as you open your eyes, you see the person helping you out of the grave is yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know I was already here.
Yeah, no, we all kind of dragged you in just to make sure you had a chance to really, really, really think about this. And then you stand around, and in this white space, kind of sitting down or relaxing or looking, you see dozens of copies of yourself.
Well, I mean, is this an intervention? I'm sorry, I just feel I should ask first.
No, it's... See, you weren't... And you look very confused. This is really tough to explain to somebody.
Well, the way I see it, the world's gonna end if we destroy it. Or at least the world could end if we destroy it. But Ilya can't just have free reign to kill my friends and the Emperor and take souls beyond our realm. That's not right.
No. And you hear another version of you. He's right. See, it's just like I told you. And then the other version of you. Okay, yes, this is correct. And I'm sure every one of us here who have met these friends agree with you. But you're very, very important to all of us right now.
It's a little self-centered, isn't it? Kind of looks at all the Malkashes.
Look, where is he? Come, he grabs your hand and he leads you through a crowd of Malkeshes, and you see a Malkesh that looks less kind of haggard or the Malkeshes. Some look around like you, some look a little worse off. This one looks a little better, and he looks at you and is like, "Oh, you're not supposed to be here yet. Don't you ever know not to show up early?"
I didn't. You know what? Just tell me what you're gonna tell me.
Oh, okay. Wow, we are so impatient. Alright, okay. Here is the thing. When you absorbed all those souls, you created a really, really, really good hiding place. And I just so happen to be looking for, well, anything to help my particular variation of the world. Get rid of this demon problem that I found you, and we looked like kind of a doomed timeline, so... Well, you do a little magic, you kind of pull it through, you grab a couple of souls, and I just kind of hid amongst the rest of the souls inside you, and then started pulling every Malkesh I could see from other Doom timelines into you. So there's a lot of you in you.
This, So, you're saying, it's Malkeshes all the way down, is what you're telling me.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that does answer some questions. No, it doesn't. What am I talking about? Well...
Alright, look.
Why is doing this bad? No one's explained this to me yet.
Okay, look. Where's the one from Timeline 32? And bring me 64A. And Malkeshes run to grab other Malkeshes. Alright. So, and one Malkesh starts to explain. So here's the thing about that crystal. It's got pretty much two potentials to it. If you go to the seat of the Oracle, it can open the way to the Heart of Darkness. Like, you can get to the place you need to get to end this forever. Yeah, you have to go to one of the most dangerous places in the world, but... And that's kind of where me and my version of everybody you know fell short. But it can be done.
Okay, and option 2?
Well, okay, the thing though is, the longer you hold on to that thing, the more they start sending out after you. You will be consistently dogged until you do the thing. And maybe we waited a little too long trying to kind of get everybody on board. And that's and makes sense. It's you put it in the safest place possible. I assume that's where you're going, right?
That's the idea. I mean, who could come after death?
Well, the demons kind of have the ability to erase things completely. Which is why we started hiding out here, because we didn't want to be erased. It's kind of not great.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, if you put it there, then you're just... If they remain separate,
I'm delaying it.
you're delaying it. Now, I mean, I'm sure you can convince your boss to bring it together. But... that takes a little bit of work.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Understand, I'm not saying that this is the best option. I know that there's probably an ideal solution to this.
Well, and the other Malkish, that's what I tried. Because Ferris is wrong. It doesn't open a rift if you destroy it. You just destroy it.
But if it's destroyed, we don't have a way of reaching the Heart of Darkness and ending this.
Well, you still do. It just makes... It makes the naked elf really mad.
He's not usually that naked these days. Was he naked in your timeline?
I don't know. I walked under him once and... Whew! Every timeline,
yeah.
what a hog.
Wow.
Jesus.
I mean, I'm not here to judge, man. Okay.
Look, you're different in every timeline, a little bit, but we're mostly the same.
Okay. Well,
But no, there's still a way. There's still something that's deeply connected. Deeply connected. Because, this is... Ferris is also wrong about a lot of things, and so is this Ilya person that you're fighting right now. The break kind of happens no matter what. The demons just find a different way up. And there really is only one way up when you destroy that gate.
the tree.
Yeah, as I said, he gets really mad when everybody he ever knows dies.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard to explain to him. Well,
Anyway, and the first Malkesh interrupts and puts his arm around your shoulder. We just wanted to make sure you were fully informed before you make this decision. Because if you die, then all of us do.
I mean, some of us are already sort of dead, right?
Yep. Not every one of us.
Interesting. Any of us actually learn to become a healer?
It's a couple near the back. It doesn't help as much, unfortunately, because you never meet all these people.
That makes sense. Yeah. Well, it's really cool to have you here. Make yourself at home. I think I stay at a constant 21 degrees centigrade most days. So, enjoy yourselves. But
So,
I don't see another way around this. Who
and
else? I mean, me hold on to it. I'm pretty easy to tempt, and if I'm this close to Ferris, and I'm worried about Ferris already being tempted, won't that just make it worse for him?
well, here's the other thing. There's a reason it's all of you. In this timeline, we're trying to keep you alive because, well, if you get tempted, one of us can just peel off and go in your place. A couple of us have already.
Wait, you're saying that you can just take the wheel and...
No. As in, if they exert power on you, well, look, you know us as well as we know us. You jump in front of a lot of people. Well,
He nods.
and there's still a lot of you that would rather see this to the end than get corrupted. Until you run out of us, well, you're probably going to be able to be bailed out some way.
Alright.
But we're not going to stop you if you want to continue going forward. We just want to make sure you have a plan going in there.
Well, either way, I needed to get that away from Aelia.
Oh yeah, no, she completely fizzles out. It's the only thing trying to keep her together. Like and he points to you. It's like, yeah, no, I tried to grab the soul and there was nothing left at the end. Like it was just gone.
But you're saying I should hold on to it.
Well,
Also, do I need the whole crystal or just this part?
oh, you need it all together if you want to open it,
I thought
Yeah.
so.
the legit way.
And I can keep it inside me without worrying about it?
Pretty much. And one turns to another. Can we tell him this yet? And it's like, I don't know. We kind of have to. We kind of played our hand here, and if we tell him to, keep it from everybody else, then, it's, it won't go to their heads, and just and a third, just shut up and tell them already. It's like, there's a reason you guys can all go that deep in, and for one way or another, you're all pretty insulated from the power. Like, the most person at risk is Ferris. He doesn't have any natural or magical immunity, but he makes it to the end of a lot of timelines.
That's good. Alright, well, thank you. I guess I gotta figure out what I'm gonna say to the boss now.
All right, well,
I am right that we generally, even though we may have different ideas, we're both in the same, like, idea track, right? We both want to prevent this whole shit from going down, right?
yes. He may have his head a bit too far in the past,
Yeah,
but,
I figured.
and just one more. Oh, by the way, do it quick and get him to send you back. They're not done there yet. And they need all the help they can. Otherwise, they're gonna have to take help from,
The shards.
well, not necessarily the shards. You might have saw it on the way here, but there's a lot of dirty hands.
Ah, I see. Alright, well, I guess I gotta go upset my boss because he's not gonna like this.
All right. Stay safe for all our sake.
I'll do my best. I mean, I'm squishy and tough at the same time, but do y'all need anything in here?
No, we're pretty comfortable.
Okay.
I know you. Sometimes, when it doesn't have anywhere to do, we hang out with one of the souls you grab until you use them to heal something. Some of them are cool. Most of them are kind of jerks.
Yeah, I mostly rip the souls out of jerks, to be honest. If you find one worth keeping, though, don't let me spend him. I'm sure y'all can figure out a way of telling me that.
Yeah, well, look, this is the thing. We're still kind of hiding, so
All right.
one of them just makes like a zipper motion across his lips.
All right. Well, then I'll you all go back to hiding. Enjoy yourselves. I will talk to you. Oh gosh, I don't know if I'll be able. We'll figure something out. Details, right?
All right, they part, and you see a little further down the white space. You see a Malkesh is breathing heavy, and he has a shovel, and he's dug another grave, and you see the green light glowing in it.
I guess Malkesh takes the crystal and wraps up around it again, just jumps in the hole.
All right, and you are transported, and for now, you are out of this fight.
There we go.
Meanwhile, back in the garden, what everybody else witnesses is just Ilya grab her head and just start shouting, "No, no, 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 no," and you see her spin apart. And she teleports from place to place to place to place. Leaving behind a whole bunch of fragments.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of fragments.
Oh, jeez. That's a lot of health.
Yeah.
Alright, escalation die is at 3. Now it's your turn.
Okay.
You just saw the shard go away
no!
with Malkesh.
Hunha's gonna take a moment to assess that.
He gone.
Okay, and we're gonna use our Elven Speed to gather our. Actually, I'm gonna try to disengage from this fragmented soul. No. Okay, then I'm just gonna smack it twice and keep up my stance of necessity.
Alright. Smiggity smack. Clean hit.
And a nice miss.
Good damage on that one.
Yeah, good damage. If only it hit.
And one phases away. Ferris, same thing. Everything kind of just went nuts.
I mean, Ferris is just like his hand is still outstretched from when he tried to stop Malkesh from running at Ilya, and his mouth just drops as everything kind of goes to hell. And then he looks around and he's completely surrounded. How big? If I were to cast like a reckless fireball, how big? Like, could I get these three like around here in one, or would they be too far apart?
You're juiced. You could theoretically hit everybody, but that means you could hit everybody.
Oh. How about I'll just do it around me? So I'll do these three, and I
Keep
guess
the two up here with
potentially-
Hunhao too. I'm confident
What?
in my PD roll.
There's a baby up there.
Oh shit! No, I forgot about the baby. Yeah, never mind.
So dead you are. Jesus.
I'm just a dad in character, not in real life.
Actually,
I'm not
no,
a
I've
real
done-
dad.
I've
I
done
just play one on
Fireball.
TV.
I've done Fireball too much. I'm gonna do Thunderclap instead. That one, that's been Ferris's go-to for a while, and I've kind of been ignoring it. So Ferris just kind of sucks in as much air as he can, kind of flares out his fingers, and then brings both hands together and just claps and releases a spell, and just this really, really loud thunder just erupts from the palm of his hands.
Brap, 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 brap. So one misses. But that kills everything, so... yeah, it does.
So it just shakes the leaves from everything in the in here, and the water gets this tiny little pond gets huge whitecap waves.
Oh, no, wait. Yeah, that kills everybody. Yeah, continue. You're badass. I just killed
No,
everybody.
that's basically all I had. And then Ferris just drops to his knees, and his gauntlet's still kind of crackling with that red energy.
And you are out of combat.
One-two punch.
Well, what now?
Malkesh did eat.
I don't know. He's not here anymore, and neither is the shard.
And Ferris just kind of stands up and kind of shakes his hand out. And Ferris will kind of reach out to kind of feel for the shard, but obviously there's nothing.
Yeah,
There.
you can feel 2 in this area. And
Oh.
you know that there are 3.
Yeah. It's gone. He's gone.
Did he take it to the Lich? I mean,
That might be the best case scenario, but we don't have time. Ferris kind of turns and looks back. You guys have to get back to the library. Something's happening down there. Somebody's attacking.
Shouldn't we do something about the baby first?
yeah.
The small creature that Hunhout is holding? That happens to be the ruler of the entire empire?
Can't. Ferris
I mean-
kind of looks around.
Who can we even trust with the Emperor?
We can trust
God
him.
damn it. I wish Carnifex was here.
Can we trust Indra? She was ready to fight us not too long ago.
Because she thought we were coming to kill the Emperor.
But if she's been deceived once, she can be deceived again.
I don't think we have that much option. Oh!
You-
Gunhild's dad.
is
We
down
can
in
trust
the lab.
Kaldarak.
We can, but like Ferris said, he's down in the library.
Where a situation is happening.
Well, is Indra still around here? She was in the other room last we saw. I would have thought the noise of battle would have brought her here.
Could have been the shard was keeping them out. Ferris will kind of look back over his shoulder at the doorway that they came through to make sure that there's not like a horde of people bearing down on them.
No.
Well, that's concerning. And Ferris will kind of run to the door.
You go out, and you see that most of the Imperial Guard that were there, they seem to have either cleaned up the bodies or have gone to deal with the situation, but it's almost as you walk out the door as if maybe time had moved a little different.
Faster, slower, different.
You're not sure.
Oh, okay.
You do, however, feel like you can. You do feel like it hasn't moved. You know, you were in another place, Ferris. You have a feeling that anything that it may have stopped people, may have repulsed them, may have allowed you through, but prevented everybody else.
Right.
But all you know is that there's no Imperial Guard here, and a quick check with the other you would tell you that pretty much since then, everybody's been kind of huddled up and protected into this room. The only people who have been allowed to leave would be Vaguna had left to man the defenses. Lockhart has drawn his sword, and somebody has given him a shield, and he is in here ready to protect, and he is looking impatient. And Florentine left with a crew of mage knights, as the reports put that under her jurisdiction. At about that time, you would see one of the soldiers you saw from up here enter this room to pull probably Lockhart aside and give him a report.
Other Ferris is going to try and eavesdrop as best he can without overtly. Basically, he's not listening for too much other than just familiar names to see if people have been fingered.
You don't hear your name specifically, but you essentially get a description of a group was let in and went into where trouble looked like it was, and they began to secure the area, and then Indra sent everybody away to defend other places than this.
That's not particularly good.
No. Ferris will kind of pause. Now, this is where splitting into two gets a little bit confusing. How does, say that pen that Ferris was given, is that on both Ferrises, or
It
just
affects
on
both Ferrises.
Okay, but is it present on?
It is present on, if one Ferris uses it, it'll be used on both Ferrises.
Right.
And when Ferris collapses, it will be there with him.
Okay. Really, what Ferris is thinking about doing here is, because he can just kind of cancel the spell and all of his attention will be back at the council, but we need to solve this baby situation without bringing the new emperor into a war zone. So Ferris will kind of turn to Hun Hao and kind of remove the pin from his breast and kind of give it to him. If you break this seal, it'll teleport you back to the safe house. Maybe you can leave the Emperor with Delilah or Gregory or someone, and then meet us at the library.
Hanao's gonna look at it and then look back up to Ferris. How will you both get back there?
Sorry, what was that? I was looking the other way.
Oh, how will you get back there? Speaking about Lissy and Ferris.
Well, Lissy, you know how we came in? Well, you can fly, right? I mean,
You
we're a
will.
floating sky palace. Just, I'll get you to the surface. You fly down, and then
Yeah.
Ferris will look to Hana. And the only thing that's keeping me here is a spell. If I cancel the spell, I'll be back in the council chambers.
Alright. Sounds like a plan. I'll meet you at the library as soon as I can. And then Hanao would snap the seal on the pen.
Watch it backfire and just send Ferris away.
On how you are instantly teleported back to the safe house. Ferris, Lissy, as you leave the center and go, you notice something. You remember that this was essentially a bloodless scene when you left, but you see a trail of blood.
Oh,
Well, that's not good.
could there be something left?
I mean, we're gonna have to follow this. We can't ignore this.
No, I agree. I agree.
Also, during this, I'm just going to roll a quick recovery just in case.
Yeah, I probably ought to as well.
It's a good recovery.
Yeah, that is a recovery.
Yeah, I guess Ferris and Lissy will try and follow the trail of blood. Not having drawn weapons at this point because I don't want to look suspicious as all hell.
All right, you follow the trail of blood, and then you see a knife, and you see the blade covered in blood. You see the hilt covered in blood as well.
And this knife doesn't look familiar at all, really. Like, it's not like a standard issue.
It's an Imperial Guard knife.
I wouldn't touch it.
The blood trail continues along with kind of stumbling footsteps.
We will follow. Are we gonna follow?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Ferris will give Lissy the opportunity to not follow, but Ferris is going to keep.
No, I'm good.
You follow, and you see slumped up against a tree, kind of looking out over the water. You see the trail of blood ends with Indra slumped up against the trunk of the tree with another body over her lap.
No, what? Indra. And Ferris will run up.
You run up, and she looks, and her visor is down, and she turns, and to Ferris, she just says, "All this, I couldn't..." And her voice sounds weak. "All this, and I couldn't save her. We did all this to protect her. And we failed. If I would have listened to you sooner, I killed her.
No.
I
What?
killed her.
What are you talking about?
I don't deserve the gift I was given. I'm going to give it back."
Lissy, get over here. And he's going to... You can help her.
I guess Lissy's gonna take a look.
You see as kind of her head rolls back as she just continues like, "No, she's dead. And her baby must be dead too.
Was this the-
I couldn't save her. I couldn't save her."
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, we do have healing potions in our water.
thank you, Jay.
What? But, I mean, who did this to you? Like,
I'm giving it back. I don't deserve it.
no, you...
I couldn't save Sia.
You did all you could. One
And her
mistake doesn't end this for you.
her head kind of rolls back, and you see her hand clasped tight, and just around the little bit of exposed flesh around her neck, you can see just a trail of blood.
Oh. Yeah, Ferris is going to try and clamp that down, and then...
There's no wound on the neck that you reach for.
I know I'm going to regret doing this, but yeah, Ferris is going to try and take the helmet off.
You take the helmet off, and she doesn't have the strength to do against it, and you see that there's no other wound except her eye is just, well, the socket is empty and trailing blood. And her hand kind of weakly opens, and you see an eyeball roll out. I didn't deserve it.
This is not a good day for Ferris.
Yeah, Ferris is gonna stumble and at his waist and try and force her to drink a potion.
Yeah, there's, as said, she's not going to resist, but she tries it and it's going down, and she's kind of gurgling and trying to spit it, and you just hear it's like, there's no... And you can see it kind of stabilizing her, even with the lost blood. And she just with a little bit more strength, just grabs you by the collar and just we gave up everything to protect her when she was called up here. And I failed in that. I failed in the only thing I was meant for.
This wasn't your fault. This came from within the Empire.
See, it's dead.
Nobody had seen it coming.
I could have. It's my job to see the threats. I was tricked. I was fooled. They're all dead. My sister is dead, Ferris.
And then Ferris kind of pauses, like she's like in midway saying, "No, she's not." And then he looks down.
Yeah, it's... As somebody who is also a set of triplets, it makes instant sense.
I know how it feels.
How can you?
My brother died saving me. And every day I've wondered if I live up to the sacrifice he made for me, and you know what doesn't help? Giving up.
And you're still alive. I should be the one dead. I'm the guard. I'm the protector. She was given a chance that we never would have had. And now... I only briefly got to see him, Ferris.
Who?
And now I'll never get to see her again.
She's talking about the baby. She's talking about
I
the
heard
baby.
him.
Tell her about the baby.
Yeah, Ferris is...
Tell her the baby is okay.
Yeah, hey, shush. Ferris, take a quick look back to Lissy, and like it's basically gonna, in his eyes, it's basically gonna be like, I don't have a choice here. We were able to save the baby, the Emperor. She's alive. She's safe.
She's safe? She's safe.
You didn't fail her.
And she smiles, and you can kind of see the healing potion kicking in. She's safe. And she looks down to the body in her lap. I still failed even with all the power I was given. And she slumps over fine, still breathing, still living, but emotionally and mentally and physically exhausted.
Right.
Hunhao,
Yeah!
you appear at a table and you see Delilah and Gregory and just playing a game of cards with a mage knight, and you just
lands in the middle of the table.
you just appear at a seat, and you just see Gregory just, oh, gee, oh, holy shit! Could you always do that?
No. Is everything alright? What's going on in the city?
The city is fine. Why would something be going on in the city? Was
Don't
something
worry.
wrong?
No, don't worry about it.
Oh God, Delilah, they're right. They were right.
Don't
They were
worry about
right.
it,
They
I
were
have
right.
the
They were
info.
right. And Gregory's starting to worry, and Delilah's like, just calm down. Something is wrong. Why do you have a baby?
It's a long story. I'm going to need you to take care of this baby for a little while.
All right. Look, I don't know what's going on, but both Arthur and the cat said they sensed something going wrong and ran off. You can probably catch them if you leave now.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to hold on to this. Baby, don't let anybody know she's here. Don't let anybody see her. Just keep her quiet, keep her happy. Do what you can. We'll be back soon.
Did
All
I
right.
just call Delilah baby?
No, I was...
Yes.
Fuck
Take
it.
care of
Sure.
this baby. You just went all ash on them.
Jesus.
And you just see Gregory's just mildly hyperventilating, and Delilah is just stone calm, and she nods and just goes, "Go! I've got it. Trust me."
That's gonna be hilarious later when you tell them.
Hunhao goes ahead and hands the Empress over to Delilah, unfolds his cloak, gives Gregory a reassuring pat on the back, and then takes off running to try and catch up with Arthur and Mr. Tibbs.
Damn.
I'm gonna laugh so much when you tell them.
Ferris, Alyssa, what do you do now?
Well,
You see, Indra has passed out. She has what looks like cut out her own eye.
is there anything odd about her eye?
Do you look?
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So, okay, this is gonna set the scene here. Ferris is meanwhile trying to counsel this woman who just lost her sister and thought she had lost her niece, and Lissy just picks up the eyeball and starts inspecting
What?
it.
Yeah. And your point?
No, I'm just setting the scene. So continue.
Yeah.
I want to have a look at an eyeball.
This one's easy even for you. This is not a human eyeball.
Oh. Do I recognize what type of eyeball it is?
You're
I'll give
more
you
a
one
machine person.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want to give me a roll to try to justify it with intelligence.
No, it's okay. I can pocket it and show it to Malkesh later. Ferris, I'm just gonna pocket this for later.
Pocket
Ferris?
what? Ferris.
Ferris.
Turns
she wiggles the eyeball at him.
What the?
You see an eyeball.
Just dangling there.
What are you doing?
Ferris,
This-
I want to make sure you know something.
Yeah.
Your IRL stats can't transfer over in this situation.
Oh, okay. Dang it.
Darn. Don't get that optometrist bonus.
All right, back to that.
But I did go to nerd college,
You see an eyeball being waved at you.
and I loosely paid attention.
I don't think this is hers.
Well, she mentioned it was a gift.
What, the eyeball?
Well, she said she was going to give it back. That's probably what she was giving
Her
back.
eye?
I mean, does that look like a human eyeball to you?
Do you know anybody that can? She's still wiggling it in front of his face.
Stop.
Do you know
Stop it.
anybody who actually can transfer eyeballs?
Why
As a
would you
gift.
think I know somebody that does that?
Well, you're a
You
mage.
you literally worked with a person who built another person, and
I built
You're
the
asking
other
me.
person. She's waving it around now.
oh, be careful with that.
Yes, Jay, out of character. Oh yes, Jay was the one who. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's Jay did it. Malkesh did it. Anyway,
Malkesh actually has
I think that's out of your skill set, Jay.
This really should not be our concern right now.
Well, no, this is why I'm going to pocket it and ask Malkesh about it in a bit, because I think
Are
he'll
sure
be
a
able to
pocket's a
tell
good
me.
place to put that?
Well, where else would you put it? Should I put it in my hat?
No.
Does it count
Hey.
as a, does
Throws
it
up his
count as a
hands.
third eye?
Look, we need to get somebody to take care of her. She's not going to be, even though she's.
Ferris,
Okay.
Ferris, pay attention.
Ferris just shakes his head. What?
You have two Okbees talking to you at the same time. And
This is,
Rix is like, this is a chance. I think I can sneak out. I'm going to figure out what this is, and if I can get in there, I can find out what Florentine is up to. I think I figured it out.
what do you think she's up to?
Well, it's why else would she be so defensive about the dragon?
Well,
She's clearly taking orders from him. It's the only way she could rise up like that. And if I can find that out, I can prove so many things, and then we'll have another feather in our cap.
well, what do you need me to do?
Look, there's that report over there. Just make sure they don't pay attention. And he taps his beak, and you can kind of see a shimmer on him as he kind of looks like he's preparing a teleport spell.
And that's why I'm going to show it to Malkesh, because I think it's highly suspicious that this eyeball looks completely different from what a human eyeball ought to look like. I know because my little book that Malkesh gave me shows me exactly what an eyeball looks like.
It's under the page. These are things that will not be in skeletons.
Exactly! These are the squishy bits! It's an entire section at the back of the book written in his own hand.
Look, I do whatever you want with it.
Thank you, I will. And she pockets it. Now, we need to find somebody to take care of her because she can in no way take care of herself right now. Ferris?
Yeah.
Ferris, why are you walking away? Ferris! Ferris, we need to find somebody!
And then, yeah, basically Ferris is going to try and rely on his girdle to make himself seem as, as belonging as possible, and try to find a guard. And basically, without saying too much, just say, Commander Celestine's in trouble. Follow me. And he kind of leads them, if he can find somebody anyway. We'll lead them along the trail of blood, but he'll be going just fast enough that when he disappears around a corner, he's just going to fizzle out his spell and basically become paying full attention back to the council. And also, probably before he does this, he'll mention to Lissy that she probably should leave.
Out a window. By force, if necessary.
Just throw
I don't
that
even
chicken
know how I
overboard.
ended. Sorry, say again.
I don't know. We never figured out how strong Mage Hand was, but if I can Mage Hand a bird out a window, I will.
God damn it.
All right. You know what? To keep things moving around, let's see. You get DJ Jazzy Jeff out the window.
God damn it. See you later. I don't
Hun-
even know how I got there to begin with.
Hunhow,
Yes.
running, you catch up and you see. You know what? They're really easy to notice.
Yeah. A little
But
bit short, but easy to notice.
The thing that is probably even more noticeable is the grand party that's been going on outside has not stopped. There are no alarms, there's nothing happening. Nobody seems the wiser to what's going on inside the library.
Well, that's actually kind of a good sign.
You run up behind, and then Arter looks up. How? You're not supposed to be behind us. We're supposed to be going to find you.
All right. Well, you found me. What's going on?
Amboise looks up and goes, I felt an extreme surge of undead magic, and Arthur was like, and I felt an extreme surge of chaotic magic. And we couldn't just sit on our paws and whatever frogs have.
Backsides.
I think they're just legs. But that's besides the point. Something, and now kneels down so he can lower his voice, even though the party going on around him should provide enough background music in case anybody's listening. Something seems to have gone wrong in the library. They're on high alert, but clearly they haven't any kind of gestures towards the crowd. It hasn't spilled out over into the populace. I might need one of you to go back to the hideout, though.
He looks back and forth. And then Arthur shakes his head. I'm not going. People need my help. I'm not sitting by and doing nothing.
Well, but we have somebody back at the hideout that may need protection as well. I've left her in the care of Delilah and Gregory, but they're not fighters. If something bad happens, this is somebody who is very important. And would need to be defended at all costs.
Amboise looks. I'm curious about this too. Well, I don't want to sit by and do nothing either, though. But and then Arthur will interrupt. This is fine. Hunhow? Who should stay and who should go? I defer to your leadership.
Oh god, why would you make me pick?
Time slows. A 30-second timer appears.
You press the renegade trigger and punch harder.
Just
I
punch
said you're going.
Just punch them both in the face and run away, and that's my answer. Hanau's gonna look between the two of them. Arthur, if something's really gone wrong in the in the library, I think we could use your sword arm there. Hopefully nothing attacks the hideout. But I still would feel more comfortable with someone there, so Amboise, please, would you mind staying behind and keeping the child safe?
I'll keep a watch out. There's still some power left in this tiny frame.
Thank you, Amboise, and I promise I will explain why later, but we haven't got the time now.
Arthur nods. I've been to that building when it was still the Imperial Palace. They may have changed it, but they can't change too much. I can lend you some assistance in navigating it, I hope.
Excellent. Let's get going then.
And they run and rush forward. And in pretty much the council room, you just see Lockhart stand up. This is enough of this horse shit. And he looks, I'm tired of standing by here when clearly we're safe. And he has a sword and looks at it. It's like, you guards, both you and that, you protect the remaining dignitaries here. And he looks to Ferris and Gunhild and walks over. Now, I think you have a level of expertise with this kind of crisis situation, and I do believe you owe me one.
So you're calling in that favor now, huh?
This will be even Steve. And Casey will walk up and just kind of grab Ferris's shoulder. You're not leaving this room without me, at least not without telling me what's going on.
Well, I wish I could tell you what's going on right now, but I can assure you that it's probably okay.
And she looks to Lockhart. Well, you said they owe you a favor, so if I help, and you know what I'm capable of, then you'll owe me a favor. And he looks. Fine. But we need to get down there. And with that, does anybody else have anything they want to do before we pack it up for the day?
No, I think I've scandalized Ferris enough for this session.
Scandalized.
Well, if that's the case, thank you so much for joining us on Voices in the Wilderness. Tinker Tabletop will be back on Tuesday night for a session of Adderjagger at 9:30 Eastern Daylight Time. And if you missed it last night, make sure to go to our YouTube channel to check out or here on Twitch for the VOD of our latest role-playing show that I don't know the name of.
Creeps, Mutants, and Broken Things.
That sounds great. You should watch it. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Bye.
everybody.